Hi guys, welcome to Sleepy Hollow Express. It's Denise here, and we have Mary. Mary, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so we are here today to talk about one of my favorite Sleepy Hollow subjects, Ichabbie.
Yay.
And we just want to talk about some of our favorite moments from them and how there was a lot of missed opportunities, but we're going to try to keep it concise because we can go off on a tangent when talking about Ichabbie. So
I can go all day.
I know, right? So we're going to let Mary go ahead and kick it off.
Okay. If you've watched our previous recaps about Sleepy Hollow, you know that I'm not like a die-hard Ichabbie forever ship person.
I am.
But Denise is, but no, I love Ichabbie always. I really will. But I feel like they really did miss some opportunities with Ichabbie. And of course, the most glaring one is keeping them platonic really hindered the story personally to me. But they kept having them do coupley things. Like, how many dates did they go on?
I don't know, but I know I had two favorite dates. My first favorite date was actually their first date when she took him to the baseball game. She was trying to get him acclimated to society. Oh my God, they were super cute in that moment. And they were like just getting to know each other. Mm-hmm. They were doing, just talking and, having a good time. I just thought that was it was the beginning of their working relationship and their friendship. But I also think that it was the first time Ichabbie saw her in a different light. I.e. a relationship sort of kind of way. Because when they first met, I could see that he thought she was beautiful, like how he looked at her and all of that.
He had to take the time to talk about the fact that she was wearing pants. I was like, oh, I see you looking. Okay. Right.
Well, that was also something that would really stand out because, women in his day didn't do that. So he's like, what's going on here? I must be in another time.
Amen.
So how did you feel about that date, Mary?
Okay, honestly, this is only the 6th episode of the first season. So Ichabod is still super stiff, and half of what Abby says he really doesn't understand, which I kind of think is cool. But she takes her to the baseball game and they're sitting together, and she gets him to heckle the umpire. It was the cutest thing in the world. And then when they're leaving, it's like they don't really want to leave each other, but he's like, well, I'm introverted. I need to take a walk. But, you're literally the best. Goodbye. That was such a great first date. And it was a first date. That's exactly how a first date should go. Anyway, it was beautiful. It was wonderful. Okay, next. I'm sorry. I'm getting all giggly now.
Lord. No, because they put you in your feels because
you really did.
That it's like they were on the precipice of something great. Yes. And you see how it evolved into such a wonderful and beautiful relationship. Mm-hmm. Even though it remained platonic, they still went into like you said, they did a whole bunch of coupley things. Mm-hmm. They were always speaking to each other in a romantic way, but they just never had the title, I should say.
Yeah, unfortunately. One thing that I did whenever they would kind of have a fight, this was mostly in season 2, they would kind of talk things out like they were a married couple. Like when they're stuck in the vault, underground, when they were arguing over Orion, and like they shot them like in between these candles. I was like, what? Like they did this to us on purpose.
Yeah, they did it to us on purpose. They were playing with our emotions.
Anyway, speaking of the 14th episode of the second season, that is the next date, which was an accidental double date with Jenny and Holly. Was karaoke. It was great.
Oh my God, that was amazing. When I say I was so in my feels, swooning and all.
Yes.
They were so cute singing together, sitting at the bar, because they had a few, probably months in their time of really rocky relationship.
Yeah. Because
of him and Katrina, and you know, them trying to keep their witness relationship going while he was trying to work on his marriage. Exactly. So it was like really rocky between them, and just to see them sitting there falling right back into their, you know, happy-go-lovey relationship. Oh. They're sitting there drinking, and it's like, no, we have to do this song together. You know.
What I really liked was when the one person was singing, the other one was sitting there, you know, at the bar with Jenny, but like with the heart eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, even though Ichabod picked the worst song in the world, Abby was like, clap for him. He's a mix, still clap. I'm serious.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
She's like, you better clap.
It was the cutest thing. That was such a coupley thing. Oh my God.
Yeah, because you're going to clap no matter how horrible your date sounds. You're like, yay, he sounds great.
She's like, he's got a talent. He's got a voice. Nobody would say that about someone they did not love. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But of course, the end of that episode, when they sang Proud Mary,
yes. Oh my God. And he was like,
and watch it several times. The hard eyes Ichabod was giving Abby when she was singing, like,
he was like,
it was so perfect.
In amazement, because her voice is really great. So he's like, oh.
She honestly can't really sing, so I mean, it's a plus. You have an amazing actress that also has an amazing voice. I feel like they didn't showcase her enough.
Well, I mean, honestly, it wasn't a singing show, so I didn't expect, you know, her to be singing a lot. I mean,
more than twice, though, Denise. More than twice.
Yeah.
She sang twice.
I didn't need a bunch of more singing. I didn't, honestly. I mean, I know, because you're like, yeah, she's so great. Why not let her sing? But I mean, it wasn't about that for me.
That's true.
Like, I thought the moments that they had were great with her singing, but
no, I agree they were great. I just wanted like one or two more moments.
Okay. Maybe her singing a love song to Ichabod.
That's another really good idea.
No, I would have taken that. Another missed opportunity.
Well, yet another missed opportunity. So moving on, their dates were, okay, honorable mention, coffee date. When he did the phone and she had to wipe. Beautiful. Okay, my next like pillar of like Ichabbie favoriteness, the hugs. Oh.
And whenever they came back together and there wasn't a hug, I'm like, missed opportunity for real. I was so angry about that.
The Bones episode, when they crossed over with Bones, should have been a hug.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I feel like every time they greeted each other, there should have been a hug.
Some kind of friendly pat. They need to always make contact.
Right. Like, good morning, hugs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's so true. Okay, so I feel like the fandom's all-time favorite hug is the first episode of season 2 when when she summons him down to purgatory. That was the most epic hug because it was like a twofold hug, and like they like reach each other and they hug, but then he like grabs her up and hugs her again, and I was just like weeping.
I guess.
Amazing. And season 3, as much as I hated it, gave us so many hugs, and I'm so happy about that. We got a hug in the first episode. We got a hug when Abby, broke the bubble to save him from the hidden one. All that like hand sex when she came back from the hidden one's desert place.
Mm-hmm. Which I felt like it should have been a hug at that moment. I was really upset about that.
Well, I mean, they're kind of like
But they did have their little hand moment and they're touching.
That was so. I watched that in slow motion. It was pretty good.
Not to mention when she gave Ichabod the forehead kiss, I was tweeting from the resting place because I had died.
Yeah, Ichabod's only kiss, and that's when she thought he was dead.
But his reaction, though, like his facial expression, his whole reaction.
The medicine kicked in at the same time as when she kissed him. But I like to say is because of their bond and the medicine together that brought Ichabod back. So it's like the kiss and the medicine brought him back. Not just the medicine and not, just the kiss. I mean, he did need the medicine. So.
Okay.
But the kiss helped. I'm not discounting the kiss. Ooh, okay. Any other physical touch moments you could think of, Denise? Before we move?
That was as far as they went. That forehead kiss was like all the way over the edge. Like they just had the little hand touching hugs.
Okay, I do have one other thing before we move on to the last little bit. Abby patting Ichabod's chest every once in a while, or like playing with his collar. Like those are very like super intimate moves.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the weeping lady, she's trying to calm him down, touching his man boob. And then after they both cut their hand to get the Wendigo to chase them, she pats him like in a thank you. And then of course, like in the series finale, I'm just gonna call it that because it's over for me. When she's like playing with his little collar, like when they're talking in the archives, and she does it to him again in Deliverance. As terrible as Deliverance was, Deliverance had some really great Ichabbie moments. That whole voting scene. He was just gonna go in that cramped room and spoon her standing up while she voted. Like I was like, really?
Just like privacy, so I can vote.
Like as much as I would enjoy that, this is against the law. But
right.
So anyway, those little moments get me. Like I love it. But our next big Ichabbie moment is basically all of the season 2 finale, Tempest Fugit. It's
oh my God.
Huge Ichabbie moments because it's an Ichabod that Abby doesn't even know. Yet he's still following.
And wait a minute. The crazy part about it is he immediately felt some type of bond with her. Even his different self felt the bond between them.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's like, she's saying all of this crazy stuff, and he's like, I mean, my mind is telling me no, but my body.
Ooh.
My body's telling me yes.
I'm so angry at you for this.
So, I mean, he was like, why would she say these things? She's like, look at me. I look different. I talk different. It's because I am different. And he's like, yeah, all of that makes sense. But, at this, Ichabod really loved his wife, and he didn't have the time that to get, acclimated with her. So he's like, okay, yeah, I trust my wife. But then at the first sign of deceit, he was like, yes, that Abby girl, she was telling all the truth.
Come on.
Man, when he came back to save her and she had already saved herself.
Oh, woo. So good. So good. I really like the juxtaposition between that scene, because while Abby was saving herself from the crazy colonel, Ichabod was finally going through her phone, like at the same time. Oh, and so she's over here fighting to get to him to like prove their bond, and he's over here like watching that cute.
Oh my God, he's watching the video and falling in love with her.
Yes. He's like, oh, so we're married in the future. I get it. Like, that's
right. Like we all said, they've been married. What is going on? When is the wedding?
You're the cutest ever.
No.
Oh, man. One thing that I really liked was when Ichabod was outside of the manor fighting Katrina and Headless, and Abby and Grace were in the kitchen like trying to conjure up the spell to turn all the events backwards to send Abby back to the future. She was like, I gotta go out there and save him. And Grace kind of has to manhandle her, and she's like, I know how you feel about him, but this is the way it has to be done. And Grace, she knows that their witness bond is so important. She knows that she's about to walk into certain death, take Katrina's son, and he's going to burn her and her husband alive. Oh man, that episode was amazing.
It really was.
Yeah. I really
like how,
Oh, sorry, go on. You say your thing first.
I was just like, I had so much high hopes because when they finally talked, got everything out in the open, it's like, from now on, we're going to be together. We're going to do this thing. It's going to be me and you, and we're going to do this thing together. And, they had an agreement and walked off into the sunset with, the four of them. And season 3
was supposed to be epic amazingness. And they got rid of Orlando Jones. Missed opportunity if I ever saw one. And Lieutenant Reyes, like, she just disappeared after episode 13 or 14 or whatever. Like, I really wanted her and Orion to like be this like weird angel group trying to protect the witnesses. That's the other video. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a whole other thing. We could go on and on about.
But again, there's another.
I mean, even with the what was it called? The little medallion thing that was the 2 pieces for them. I forgot what they called it.
Emblem of Thora.
Yeah, okay. The emblem of Thora.
Uh-huh.
What the heck was around for 1-2 episodes?
And then he accidentally destroyed it. I was like, are you serious? Why don't they want anybody to have powers? Like,
I don't know.
it
But I
doesn't
mean,
make much more sense.
I can't. Because the witnesses, they should have a way to communicate with each other when they're not. They can't always be in the same place at the same time. They should have had a way to communicate. They should have had a way to sense when the other is in distress, because apparently the world, it has to be 2 witnesses.
It's so weird. Like, honestly, they completely ruined it by bringing out this weird new mythology into the show and then just ending it. Like, I really don't understand. And they did the same thing with these really great one-off characters that you just never saw again, like Big Ash or Caroline. And I'm glad that they made Grace Dixon more of a recurring, because she was so interesting.
Yeah.
But like, they just missed out on so much. That emblem could have meant a lot more. And the fact that Abby was so drawn to it, and then Ichabod accidentally burnt it up, and then she's fine. I'm like,
what? You know what? Okay, this is getting...
We're not talking about Ichabbie anymore.
Right. We didn't get upset about the show again. No.
The last thing I want to say about Tempest Fugit is I loved the hug, the forced hug. It was amazing. And Abby giving him the extra like, that killed me. The last little thing that I wanted to say about Ichabbie is how wonderful and how terrible it was in season 3. Like, some of my favorite Ichabbie moments are from season 3.
Yeah.
Like
that coffee and donut where he wipes off her mouth.
Honestly.
I'm sorry, where she wipes off his mouth. Like,
and he just like takes the donut from her and bites it and gives it back. That's like the most flirtation. Like, that's been one of the most flirtatious things you could do. Take someone's food, bite it, and give it back to them. Come on, your spit's on that thing. Come on. And then like on the porch swing.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I just
like, what? Seriously, you just come and y'all just sit out on the porch and swing together and have intimate conversations.
Like, make
not a couple.
Ichabod's lighting candles. Like,
for their dinner. He was cooking her dinner.
What's a date?
He's like, yeah, I'm doing this because, this helps. Like, romantic candlelit dinners. Stop.
For your best bud. No. Anyway, so we're obviously going to continue this video, several more times before January. But I'd like to wish everybody a happy Ichabbie weekend. And don't forget to use the hashtag Abby Mills is working it all weekend. And we'll hope to see you guys very soon. You can find me at Simply the Worst. Where can they find you, Denise?
I'm at Forever Sam Sadie's. We can continue the conversation online. If you like the video, thumbs up and leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Bye.